the Whittley Cruiser 2080. This is an inboard powered boat running a Volvo Penta engine. And this is the smallest of the cruiser range that Whittley make. And the Pocket Cruiser is a design that they established and really grabbed a hold of way back in 1950. To me, this is the best size cruiser that Whittley make, in that it's manageable for me on my own, but still has enough room for me to grab the family and get away. At the moment, we're just heading down towards the heads of Botany Bay, and the driving position in this 2080 cruiser is very comfortable. The backrest is upright, but that keeps you sitting up nice and high so you can see everything around you. The windscreen in front is a split screen, so there's two panels. The vision is a little bit impeded in the corner by this structure, which is a large, I guess, framework for the window, but it's not too intrusive. You can still see out the side here quite easily, enabling you to keep a firm awareness on what is going on around the boat. Got a couple of waves we're going over at the moment. The steering wheel here, nice and comfortable to reach. In fact, everything is well within reach for me while I'm sitting down driving. The footrest makes sure that I'm nice and comfortable. Throttle down here on the right-hand side, easy again to access should you need to slow down or speed up for anything. In front of me, I have a 7-inch Garmin display. It gives me full readout for my engine use in terms of speed, RPM, oil pressure, trim, and also fuel. At the moment we've got half a tank of fuel. It's easy to read, even though that screen is a 7-incher. It's probably as big as you can fit actually in the dashboard space on this particular boat. One touch of a button, I can scoot off and have a look at a chart if I prefer, and another press of the button, I can hop over to sonar if I happen to be fishing. You can do it all in this boat, and this readout makes everything very simple. This boat comes with spring-loaded trim tabs, and it really does hop onto the plane very easily. The hull itself seems to slice through the water effortlessly and doesn't bounce or unnecessarily catch chop when you're running at speed. The engine is quite loud, so you do have to be aware of that if you're running to and from places and trying to have a conversation on board. But apart from that, the drive itself is very comfortable. Sitting down, I am very at ease inside this cockpit. If I did want to stand up, I could do that. I could look out the clears above, and that will give me more view. And especially if I was offshore, I might elect to stand up so that I could see what's coming. At the moment, we are running down the bay at around 36, 37 knots, and that's quite fast enough for a pocket cruiser like this. I doubt people running around the Gippsland Lakes, Sydney Harbour, or even Botany Bay where we are today will need to go a whole lot faster than that, but I'm certainly nowhere near at full throttle at the moment. As you can see, the Volvo Penta power plant packs quite a punch. You could easily water ski, wakeboard, and tow inflatables behind this boat. There's also plenty of room to cruise and entertain, but the idea of these pocket cruisers originally was to give you the versatility to stay overnight. And to make that a little bit more comfortable, the entire front berth converts into a bed. The infills for the bunk come standard, which is unlike a lot of other brands, and it's quite a chore to set it up, but once it is set up, it's very comfortable and large enough for two. If you had children, you could put them down in the cockpit here on blow-up beds. You may think that when you're buying a pocket cruiser like this, you're going to miss out on a few bits and pieces, but that's not the case on this boat. Underneath the helm seat is a sink with hot and cold running water. Now, if you want the hot water, you have to have the engine running. It will heat up the water and the water will pump into the sink here. There's also a freshwater shower at the back that you can, if you run the engine, have hot water coming out of. Underneath the seat here is a stowaway area, and on the passenger side you've got a small cutting board, storage underneath, and then below the seat itself a small 22-litre esky fits under there. Now that's not going to keep you on the water for weeks on end, but certainly if you pack carefully will last you a couple of days. As you can see, the cockpit here is quite large and has plenty of room, but to make this area more usable, I would opt for the camper cover setup. It sits over the entire area and makes it much more usable than it would be without it. Overnight, you are protected from the wind and the rain, and it means that this becomes almost like an extra room on the boat. There are a couple of reasons that I would choose the inboard over an outboard version of this boat. Now, the inboard is a 200 horsepower and the performance is exceptional. That's the first reason. But the other reason is this back transom. With an outboard, I certainly wouldn't be able to sit here and enjoy this space at all. But as it is, the weather's beautiful, I could wet a line, or I could just sit here and enjoy the sunshine. And that's part of what owning a Whittley is all about.